I found the old pictures of this house, and I wasn't planning on posting them, except I am going to, because I think I'm going to forget a lot of the stories that I have about this place. The picture you're seeing right now is this house from 2018, and that's the day we moved. The day we moved, I took this picture and then posted it on Instagram. So, yeah, I mean, it looks worse now, but back then it was pretty nice. And I lived in this house for 13 years. Like, when I was born, I went to this house and we lived there, and then parents got divorced when I was 3, and then since then I've been going every single day, or no, every single weekend, until I was 13. And then we moved from that house, and we went back to it a little while ago to check it out again. So this is the house 4 years later. I think this was taken in 2022, which means that it's more close to 5 years than it is 4 years. But it's changed a lot. There's a new door. My name written on the side of the door is gone. You can see that in the first picture. I just forgot to mention it. And that's all I can see that's a noticeable change. But the inside is much different. So this is the left side of the house. If you were facing the house, this is the left side. And nothing's really special about it. It just leads to the sunroom. And that I didn't actually get to take a picture of because the doors were locked, leading to it. So I guess I'll talk about the sunroom. A lot of the cats used to hang out there. There was I could open up like a little cubby space that would lead to a hole, and the hole was deep, and it would lead to the basement. I always feared of falling down it, except I never did. I wish I could take a picture of it, but I couldn't get in there. I forgot to mention that little wood plank looking thing to the left of the door and near that vase. That is stairs leading to the basement. And if you take the level that the door is at and then add like 5 or 6 steps of stairs, that height is how deep the hole was. So it was pretty deep. This is the I guess back of the house. Not a lot to say about this except like I guess the weird house shape, because one part of it is like a storage area, kind of like a garage, even though you can't put cars in it, and the rest of it is the house. Fun fact, that whole like backside, including the kitchen, was not there when the house was first built. They actually the next owners actually had to add on the kitchen and that like garage area. This is where I'd always come out to play. I'd do everything. I'd like throw coconuts at that tree. I'd sit at the table. That table is actually where I recorded my first video. Hoy Peoples. That is my first ever YouTube video that I ever recorded. No one watched it, but I thought it was like funny that that was the table, and it's still there to this day. I mentioned in the video I sledded down the sledding hill over to the right. The tree that I used to throw, what are they called? The seeds at, like those big like coconut kind of seeds, even though they're not even coconuts. I just calling them that. That has Biden 2020 on it. I'm not like against Biden or Black Lives Matter, but I just kind of didn't like to see my backyard vandalized. Again, I mentioned in the video that my dad built the monkey bars on our swing set, and he did. Another thing that I should have mentioned is that the swings are gone, but also there was a gymnastics kind of pole where you could like hang on and flip around, except it was on chains, so you could like also swing on it, which in hindsight is not a really good thing to put on a swing set, since you can like lose your balance much easier. This is the kitchen that they added on. It's quite old. not as old as the house itself, but it's still very old. It's so old that the oven is a natural gas oven, not an electric one like usual. Those chairs are not usually in there. There's usually nothing in the kitchen. I don't know why those chairs are there, but I don't really think I have anything else. Oh yeah, the sink. I mentioned in the video that that's the sink I peed in. Because my dad used to spend so long in the only bathroom in the house, like an hour, I would pee in the sink in the winter. Not the summer, because I just pee outside in the summer, but the winter, it was cold. I didn't want to get, like, my shoes all snowy and stuff, and didn't want to accidentally let the dogs out, so I just peed in the sink. I don't think there's really much else to talk about, because that's the only, like, interesting things. I guess the fridge didn't used to be in that little cubby you see in the video. It used to be, like, out of the cubby, and you'd have to, like, sneak your way into the, like, outside. But we ended up just, like, breaking down the wall and putting the fridge in it. So, yeah, that's the kitchen. This is the, living room. Actually, dining and living room. There used to be a dining room table over in that corner. No longer is. Well, actually, it's there. It's just full of stuff. And the piano was very new when it was brought into the house, but now it is not. It's extremely dusty. What else? Oh, yeah. The bones of one of our cat used to be on, like, this dresser. Or the cubby. There was, like, a little hole that you could, like, open up a door, and then there was a cubby. I think his bones used to be in there. I don't know why we had the bones and not the ashes, but we had the bones of the cat. It was Hannibal. I think that's everything, like, notable about that room. This is just another shot of that room. You can see the dining room table and stuff, and that window. All the cats used to hang out by it. For some reason, not the front one that you see, but the one to the right that you see. They'd always hang out in that one, but not the other one. I don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, the chairs are not the chairs that we used. I noticed that as soon as I walked in. I was like, I've never seen these chairs before. Where are my old wooden ones that didn't have any cushioning or look fancy at all? Where are those? Now this is the family / living room. This is empty. There used to be a couch over by the left that our cat Polly got stuck in for like a week, and we couldn't find her. We didn't know where she was, but she was in the couch. That's a weird thing to start off with. So let's get to something different. There's a coffee table in front of the couch. We used to sit here every morning, and for some reason they'd always cook waffles. They'd always have the time and the materials to cook waffles, and that's what we ate every morning, and it was good. And we watched like Digimon or something. I know that doesn't. To me, it was amazing. I loved doing that. It was my favorite thing to wake up to. But, Digimon's not really that good of a show. What else? I used to play DDR on the TV, like, for 2 hours before my parents woke up. That was fun. I want to play DDR again. And it was like the old one for the PS2. It wasn't like the new one. So I had like the mat also. I burned so many calories even before eating breakfast. Heading in from the previous room to the right, and also to the right of the stairs, there's this room. This used to be my old room before I moved upstairs. So I moved 3 times. One, I was upstairs. Then I moved down here. Then I moved upstairs again. And the only reason I was upstairs before this room is because of our house guest, Johnny. Johnny was, I think, this homeless guy that, like, my dad was friends with. As bad as that sounds, it really wasn't that bad. He was cool. He also had a dog named Cloud. And Cloud was kind of crazy. I was afraid of Cloud. But then I stopped being afraid of Cloud when I realized he wouldn't, like, bite my head off. So, yeah, that was that room, and then it became my room, and that's where I stopped having fear of like jump scares and stuff, because I'd watched so many creepy videos on my bunk bed that I'd stay up some nights because I was so afraid, except I stopped being afraid because I got so desensitized that I just like, you show me a jump scare video, even if I don't think it's coming, it won't scare me. That's the room it happened in. Obviously, none of these rooms are actually what they used to look like. They used to look like a lot better. But these are the stairs. Not a lot to say about this, except there used to be like black top on these stairs. You can kind of see it. I fell down these twice, and my sister one time. It was kind of painful. Well, obviously. My sister only fell down because for some reason my dad put a dresser at the top of the stairs, and you can't see it you can see it in the video, you can't see it in the pictures, but it was such a slim part that he put the dresser, so that my sister decided to like trapeze walk across the slim part when the dresser was there, and then fell down. I remember that was, I know she was little, but that was kind of stupid. This is the entrance to Evie's room. I'll say more about it as the pictures go on. This is the door. It didn't used to be like this. It used to be a white, but I don't remember them painting it, which is weird. This is the room, and the story I mentioned in the video, I think it was the one where like Evie had like this hair in her eye for the longest time, and I was like really weirded out by it, and I just like one day I like went in and like tried to pick it out, then she almost woke up and I like ran out. I know it's weird, but I was like 8. So this is the hallway. On the right is my room. On the left, like straight across from my room is Dad's room. Down the hall is the closet, and then to the right of the closet is the bathroom. So it's a lot of stuff in a small hallway. This is my door. I again don't remember anyone painting it, and we'll get into the room right now. And I think actually never mind. My bunk bed was gone. I had a mattress on the floor for a while, and then that little attic thing that you see in the wall, I then moved in there to sleep in, and then the rest of the room was like mine to just do whatever. It was pretty cool. I had TV in there, and played like games and stuff, and then sometimes I like wouldn't. Me and Evie would play Littlest Pet Shops in there, and I know it's like it's a girl's toy, but I didn't have any brothers. This is the entrance to my dad's room. This is also completely empty. Used to be a huge bed, I think facing towards the door. At first it was facing away, or no, sorry, not away, but to the side, and then it started facing towards the door. And then there was a TV in the corner. Always watch Netflix and have pizza some nights. That was fun. Except like the bed was pretty dirty since like there was a bunch of cats and dogs all in the house. So sometimes when pizza get dirty, and I'd be like, this is gross. This is the closet. Polly that I mentioned earlier that was inside the couch. Actually used to lay in here a lot with another cat, Penelope. That's all I really have to say about this, since it's just a closet. This is the one and only bathroom in the entire house. As I mentioned before, Dad used to spend so much time in here. My sister would find all the spiders up on the ceiling while taking a shower. A bath was pretty much not an option since it was kind of like gross. And then the toilet was plastic, believe it or not, which usually it's like glass. And the window by the toilet was kind of a nice touch, I guess, because no one could see you, but you could just like watch out the window, like before I had a phone. This is also the bathroom where I learned to pee standing up. And to end it off, we have the height, I guess, or like how tall I was over the years in the house. This was kind of sad to see, and it was kind of cool that it was still there. At the bottom, I think it goes to 07, or I think. I don't know. I think this is a nice one to end off with, but that's my house with context, so that you're not like super confused when looking at it. I don't know if you actually gonna watch this whole thing, but if you did,